segment on We the People, and we are supposed to do some things that involve with the 7 habits.
That the framers of the
Constitution.
did at the
During they were writing the Constitution.
The convention of
the Philadelphia Convention.
Yeah. So, number 1. So habit 3.
No, habit 2. Right?
Habit 2. They never gave up, and I also have a thing to add. Habit 2. What was it? Begin with the end in mind. They knew they were going to write a new constitution. They knew it had to be better than the Articles of Confederation, and they knew it had to be stronger, and they had to tax so the states wouldn't rebel like they almost did with
Shays Rebellion, right? And so they were always determined, even though everybody was getting mad at everybody else and nobody wanted to be a part of this, they stuck with it. And they kept going, and then they were like, okay, we spent too much time on this, we need to move on. So you guys, the couple big and couple small states, you're going to go work on how to compromise this, and we're going to move on with the job at current hand. So you go do this, we're going to do this, go get something good.
And then they also, and so, but first things, begin with the end in mind. They,
no, that's habit 2. Habit 2
but first things first, they decided
before the convention, they decided.
Well, at the very start of the convention, they decided that George Washington would be the president of the would serve as the president of the convention.
Each state, large or small, would have one vote, just one vote at the convention.
They would not revise the Articles of Confederation. They would write a completely new and improved Constitution.
Which is why it's called the Constitution. And they would keep their discussions secret. This was kind of surprising to me because they didn't want anybody to hear about this for, it says, 30 years.
Yeah, they kept it for 30 years. Yeah, someone was taking notes on what happened. James Madison. They were released in, 30 years later. When did the Philadelphia Convention end?
It doesn't say here.
Oh, well.
But basically it was a long time ago because it was still in the 1700s.
Yeah, it was about
so it would probably have been released around the 1800s. But nobody cared until
beginning
now.
of the 1800s, yeah. Nobody really, nobody
cared about it until now.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know any real details except for James Madison's notes.
See, first think win-win. They did that thing with the
They made the Great Compromise, which was how that in the Senate they would only have two representatives for each Senate. So.
Which the original was one for each state, but I mean that's the same concept.
No,
everyone gets the equal thing.
Remember, it was that the larger states had more in just.
But the original argument for the lower states was one for each state, but they changed it to 2. But they still have to feel good about that because that's not really.
So the littler states control the Senate,
and then the bigger states control the House of Representatives, where it's based on the amount of representatives are based on the population.
Right, and it's every 30,000 people you get one representative.
Yeah.
And then habit 6. So this goes along with the 3 things that they had decided before the convention. They decided to start over instead of revising. To me, this was a very smart move because there were too many holes. There was too many holes in the Articles of Confederation. They left too many things out. They just needed to start over, make a new draft, maybe base some things off the Articles of Confederation, but they were not very good.
A few things about the articles is that every state was equal in those,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's something I think is still
Good.
is still something that should be in the Constitution, and I'm pretty sure it is.
Because, like, the Articles of Confederation, like I said, just had too many holes in it. It was too hard to repatch it and make it better. So they just said, you know what, we're not going to do what Congress says. We're going to redo it. Hopefully they're going to like it. Otherwise, we probably are going to get in trouble.
Yeah, and so any other habits sharpen the saw?
Not really.
The
I mean, they were always kind of,
proactive. They're kind of
they were always kind of like seek first to understand, because they always listened, and like the they never they obviously didn't agree a bunch of times, but they still stuck with it and they never gave up on it.
yeah, and then be proactive. There's they you're be proactive. You're in charge. Everyone was kind of like saying like they should was trying to like be in charge of this kind of so.
Even though they had already said that
Each state was equal and got one vote exactly.
and George Washington was the president, but they were trying to just really get what they wanted. They weren't gonna give up, and that's just how it was. Do you have anything else?
No, thanks for watching this video. Bye.
Bye.